Yo, it's your boy J Dollar Sign, y'all. Welcome to another video. If you're a brand new person tuning in or you've been watching, you haven't tap in yet, please, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, share, and I want y'all to hit the notification button so whenever I drop something, y'all, so y'all could get the notification for it. And please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button, y'all. Subscribe, please, yo, because without subscriptions there's nothing I can do. The more y'all subscribe, the more you're tapping, the easier it is for me to provide better content for y'all. But alright, so we're gonna get back to another story, and today we got Lil Durk, y'all. Lil Durk. If you're not aware who Lil Durk is, his full name is Durk Derek Banks. You know what's crazy? I didn't know his name was actually Durk. That's crazy. But yeah, his full name is Durk Derek Banks. He was born in 1992, y'all, from Chicago, of course. So as we speak, he is currently 32 years old, y'all. Damn, Lil Durk is 32, y'all. Man, but by the way, he has a RICO feds, or not a RICO feds, but he has a fed bid he's on right now. In a way, I guess it started with what's his name? It started with like Quando Rondo. Don't quote me, I don't know how to say his name. Quando Rondo, and like of course NBA young boy. That whole situation. So that got him like a serious case right now. I think what he tried to do, he tried to flee the country, and then they caught him on that, man. So he didn't play it too smart apparently. But y'all, this video is not for me. It's not about me talking shit about the next man. It's just me going based on what the trend is, what's currently happening. You know what I'm saying? But let's get on early Lil Durk's life, y'all. Lil Durk, y'all. You know how I find out about Lil Durk? When, oh my god, y'all won't believe me. Lil Jojo is actually how I knew about Lil Durk. I'm not trying to make Lil Jojo seem like he's a god or something, but I'm telling y'all, Lil Jojo, or any of these names, somehow they link up to Lil Jojo. I guarantee you, y'all. So that tells you who Lil Jojo really was, y'all. But the reason why I knew of Lil Durk from Lil Jojo is because, you know, like Lil Jojo, of course, had a serious beef with the whole 300. And I listened to that song, Lil Jojo, I Got That Sack, y'all. That song right there was like a whole diss to him. Chief Keef, Little Reese, and of course Lil Durk. So Lil Durk, that's it. Like that was how I got to know who Lil Durk was. So in that song, there's a line. He said that Lil Durk was calling him on the phone, y'all, telling him he don't want no beef, but he said, "F that, I'm gonna leave it in the street." I'm like, damn. But I mean, to be honest though, to be fair though, if someone calls you on the phone telling you don't want no problem. But I mean, I know this, like, this whole thing nowadays, people looking at it as like a soft way out. I wish I don't think it's a soft way. Like, I don't see the problem with Lil Durk doing that. I think like he probably was preventing bigger issues, you know what I'm saying? So he was trying to do what what's his name? There's an artist right now out of Chicago. I forgot his name, but like he's trying to push the peace movement right now, which is what's pretty good, you know what I'm saying? But imagine that's what Lil Durk was pretty much doing with Lil Jojo. So looking at this right now, at the time people just took it the other way. They're looking at, oh, Lil Durk is soft. But looking at this right now, maybe that could have been actually what would have stopped the whole BD and GD, or the 300 versus FBG or Brick Squad or Jojo World. Maybe that could have been the end to it. But instead, like, it looks like in that case, if you ask me, Lil Jojo kind of pushed it worse, if that makes sense, because he called him out or saying F all that, like Lil Durk on the phone say he don't want no beef. So that kind of like add more add more fuel to the fire, if that makes sense, y'all. But yeah, so that's kind of how I knew Lil Durk. But then one thing about Lil Durk, I guess at that time, right, Lil Durk was actually like, he was signed to Def Jam, you know what I'm saying? But to be fair, I wasn't really listening to Lil Durk at that time. I was actually listening to Chief Keef, but Chief Keef was actually like, Chief Keef and Lil J was still like making more noise than Lil Durk at that time. But apparently Lil Durk was actually signed before all these artists, y'all. He was just like, I don't know if he was in prison or something, but apparently Lil Durk was still signed to the Def Jam, y'all. But like, imagine like Chief Keef in his prime time, he is going crazy. He's dropping Traffic, he's dropping I Don't Like, he's dropping Love Soul, so he's dropping all these bangers, y'all. And Lil J is going crazy too. And Lil Durk was signed that whole time, so that kind of made Lil Durk name stay low key a little bit more. Then I guess Lil Durk kind of started really taking over in like 2015, somewhere around that time, because he ended up signing with that's another thing too. He ended up signing to Coke Boy, so he did this thing OTF Coke Boy. So if you didn't know, French Montana did sign Lil Durk once he got off his Def Jam time that contract. French Montana signed him. I know a lot of people don't be giving French Montana's credit, but he's one of those guys too that be like doing things that nobody even know of, to be honest. But Lil Durk was signed to OTF Coke Boy. That was the thing too. They ended up not lasting too long, but that move kind of gave Lil Durk way more exposure than he was receiving from Def Jam. In my opinion, I think, because at that time, French Montana, like when I tell you French Montana had a buzz too, because think about it, he was messing with P Diddy, right? I know that P Diddy's going viral right now, but at that time though, P Diddy and them was promoting that Ciroc. If you know, you know. Ciroc at some point was the number one like drink out there at that time, because French Montana and P Diddy was on like pushing that Ciroc. If you know, you know. So that definitely helped Lil Durk from OTF at that time to sign with him. But yeah, so Lil Durk though, like when it comes to his name, y'all, he is one of those guys that you can't forget about, because like he's that one guy, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. Everybody just hate him. I don't know what the case is, if it's some street shit, clearly some street shit, obviously, but you know, I don't know too much of the details. But Lil Durkio, all the big names, the main ops, whoever they are, even imagine, right? Even when he got in the industry, y'all, he started beefing with Quando Rondo and NBA Youngboy and them, and you seen how that situation leading to. You seen what the case is. But imagine like, everyone always have a problem with Lil Durk. That's one thing I always ask myself. I'm like, yo, why does everyone always have a problem with this one specific person? Isn't that crazy though? But that's not bashing Lil Durk. Lil Durk had like, clearly, I guess like he tried to do the correct thing by trying to squash that beef with Lil Jojo in the early, but Lil Jojo kind of like didn't want that. He used that as a way to push his music more. That's if you ask me, because dropping that diss track after Lil Durk called you on the phone and you use that last line against him, that pretty much telling you Lil Jojo Loki wasn't trying to push that piece too, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know, man. I feel my biggest thing with this video though, one thing with Lil Durk though, I feel like he should have took a page out of Chief Keef's book though. Cause look at it, Chief Keef made it out of Chicago and he left all that behind. He disappeared. Lil Durk been in the industry, y'all. You understand? Money is not a problem to Lil Durk. But instead of him trying to like spend much more money on like, to be honest, like so-called old blockchains and things like that, I feel like he should have just left Chicago, stop trying to go there, stop promoting that, stop pushing that drama, you know what I mean? Like just stay away, just like Chief Keef did. Chief Keef literally blew up and he stayed out of the way, bro. And everybody respect Chief Keef for that at the end of the day. Even his main op probably totally forgot about him, because he's actually like not look on that. He's not looking to cause trouble. He just making his money, enjoying life. You get what I'm saying? But Lil Durk somehow just never could actually stay out of the way. Like his name was always brought into something. But you know what? I do wish him much more success, and hopefully his situation he can flip it. And then like, of course, prison does help you with things like that too. So hopefully things work his way. But like, you know, this video is not to bash Lil Durk. It's to really show y'all how like Lil Durk, at some point he did try to do something correct with I think that Lil Jojo kind of pushed it a little further. Just looking at it right now, honestly. But I think Lil Durk though, like he's in the hole right now. But anyone can bounce from anything at the end of the day. Only the Lord, y'all. I know a lot of people. Like, he probably Muslim right now, so Allah is the only person that can like, you know, help him out, which I hope he take his Allah serious, because there's a lot of people, I'm not gonna lie, they want to be Muslim because they think it's cool or whatever, or for the whatever benefits it bring, but they're not being true with it. But I feel like it's, when it comes to religion, if you're gonna follow religion, just be real about it, be serious about it. So if Lil Durk can do that, Allah might be able to get him out of the situation too. So, but yeah, Lil Durk, y'all, he's a fire artist. Me personally, my favorite song from Lil Durk, y'all, is Times. If y'all know, Times is that song, yo. There was a line he said, yo, he's trying to get right before a nigga leaves him left. I was like, shit, man. He said the most basic stuff, but I gravitated to it. That song was fire. That's my personally favorite Lil Durk song. Once Lil Durk blew up, he got in the industry and all that, I wasn't following none of that because it was more like promoting the violence and more of that. But that is for me though. The real Lil Durk I listened to was like songs like that. He had Bang Bros, that was one of his top hits. But Times was my favorite song. Even like I think they had J Money on that video too. OTF J Money, he was on that video too, like on the block and stuff like that. So he had a lot of couple legends in that song. But I look at that song, most of the people, like if you watch the video, it's crazy though. Most of the guys that was in that video, you see that all of them dead or they're in prison, which is very sad, man. Because like with all the money like Durkio made and things like that, man, I feel like these guys could have been flew out of Chicago, man. And who knows? I'm not saying Lil Durk is responsible for every man's life, but you know, at the end of the day, though, like with the money, though, you could have used. There's a way you could have used it in a smarter way. Which I don't know if he had an advisor, a manager. Like I wish he kind of like pull these guys out of the hood before they all go down. Because at the end of the day, you know what happened in the hood. No one's really safe. You know what I'm saying? It be the same people in your circle trying to do you dirty at the end of the day. So, but I just wish like a lot of these guys, like Black Kings, man. You know, all these guys are kings in my eye, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not from Chicago. I'm just literally like a fan watching, and I'm giving my opinion on a fan perspective. But I wish like those guys kind of like squashed the beef a little earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like that could have like took things a whole further way if all this beef was squashed from point A. Because the craziest part when I learned about this thing, they said that apparently, y'all, all these guys went to the same high schools, the same schools, same neighborhood. They all live in that same project at some point. Like their families still families. Like it's crazy. Imagine Little Durks and Little Mister, for instance. They're cousins, y'all. Like they're literally like they share the same blood at the end of the day, and they're the one killing each other. That's kind of just sad to really watch. But you know, I just hope, you know, like he can make a better change in his life, and then like I said, take Allah very serious for real. And then use Allah, and maybe Allah, you know, can possibly change who he is and then change his situation and better him. But yo, I'm not gonna go too long, but I hope I brought some positivity at the end of the day, because that's my whole point of the channel. I just want to bring positive message to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Shy, shout out to everybody doing their thing, y'all. But yeah, it's your boy J Dollar Sign, y'all. I'm out. I won't be here for too long, but I got some crazy bangers coming. Even King Von might be coming up next, so just tap in. Like I said, hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna drop a lot of crazy videos for y'all, yo. But Durkio, man, shout out to you when it comes to music, at least, because you make some bangers, yo. Hopefully, you know, like I said, Allah take care of you, y'all. But if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, y'all. The subscribe button means a lot to me, y'all. And you know what I'm saying? The notification button, please turn that on, so y'all can turn up when I drop these videos. Alright.